Welcome you back to Black Science Tonight. I want to talk to you about the South African riots, or you can call it an uprising, over the jailing of former President Jacob Zuma. The riots in South Africa are terrible. They are actually destroying a country, and it may never come back. First, I want to show you a quick video. Then I'll read an article and make some quick comments at the end.
This is the heartbeat of our area. You destroy this mall, you destroy us. We fought so hard so that we can have more, so that our life can be much easier, so that our kids can be employed. We are not threatened, we are ready for them. We are well prepared, we've got everything. We are far much stronger than them. Yes? You can see them, those guys that are coming up there. Some will be coming from this direction.
And how many people have you been able to mobilize?
We have got the whole community. Hold it, hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Nobody's ready.
Is it not time for the South African government and the police to admit that you have failed this country?
Indeed, as I'm conceding, life could have been better. Police were definitely overstretched. By the way, South African police service are not trained for war and times of complete eruption. Are not trained for that. Hence, the president will supplement and say, you go and assist them.
People are hungry at the moment. People haven't had an opportunity to stock up. So they're really desperate. They're desperate for milk, for food, for supplies for their kids. They don't have formula. They don't have nappies. They're just really battling.
We're talking about 7 to 10 days of rioting in South Africa. And it was over the jailing of Jacob Zuma, who was in a corruption trial. He was receiving kickbacks from the Gupta brothers, who happened to be Indian South Africans who basically took over the government. And with the kickbacks, they were paying Zuma's family. But Zuma was said to come to court in front of a commission. He refused to come in front of the commission, and what happened is that the commission found him in contempt and they put him in jail. This is when the protest started with his family. His son was leading these protests. There's an interview with him saying if he's let go, it will stop. But it turned into riots in the Natal province. And now you have seen riots in Durban, Soweto, Johannesburg, Durban. The riots have been so bad, they have been rioting places that look like Costco, Walmart. Stuff is strewn throughout the streets of South Africa. And now what's happening in the country, you have certain sections after the riots, they have no food supplies because they have rioted and burnt down most of the supermarkets because of Jacob Zuma and his family. And I'm going to read some parts of this article for you so you can get a little bit more. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has said the violence that has rocked the country was pre-planned, describing it as an assault on democracy. Riots were sparked by the jailing of former President Jacob Zuma. The death toll has risen up to 212 by almost 100 since Thursday, the government said. Police officers have been protecting deliveries of food to supermarkets after days of widespread looting. An estimate of $1 billion worth of stock was stolen in KwaZulu-Natal with at least 800 retail shops looted, a mayor in the province says. It's quite clear that all these incidents of arrests and looting were instigated. There were police who planned it and coordinated it, people. Mr. Ramaphosa said a visit to KwaZulu-Natal, that Zuma's home province, at the epicenter of the violence. The president said the riots were an attempt to hijack South African democracy. He told cheering supporters that the instigators have been identified but didn't elaborate. We are going after them, he told reporters. In KwaZulu-Natal province, many have been queuing for food, with some lining up for early hours of the morning just to get a few items. People are querying told the BBC they were concerned about feeding their families, getting formulas, nappies for their babies, even the food their pets. The week of the violence in province has left roads damaged or blocked by rioters, and the government wants to make sure food supplies is not disrupted, said Kwame Zun. I can't get his name. Members of the army have been deployed to protect national key flashpoints, and the police are providing escorts for the transportation of oxygen, medicine, and other key food. There is nothing in these stores, and it's because of Jacob Zuma and his family. But we also have to remember there's a 40% unemployment in South Africa. All right? Something that you never see in any major country in the world. And most of those people happen to be black who live in those shanty towns. So he took advantage of the discontent of the people who live in those shanty towns. When he was president, he could have fixed the shit, but he didn't fix it. So now South Africa is on the brink of collapse because of Jacob Zuma, who was corrupt. I'm going to say it, with the Gupta brothers, because I was looking at parts of the trial and how this man was taking money from these Indians. This is outrageous that a country like this, before it can even turn and be a great African country, is now being destroyed. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, but also share this video.